question. Let's see what we got here. Leaders are readers book club in India. How are you? What are the best ways to change the culture in the organization you were working for? I love this question. So if you're working for an organization that is what focused and you want to help make the organization why focused, the way you do it is you be the leader you wish you had. We cannot control that which we cannot control. We can only control that which we can control. And if we cannot control our environments, what we can control is ourselves. Viktor Frankl, 101 there. Man's Search for Meaning. If you hadn't read Man's Search for Meaning, please read it. It's essential reading for every human being. And this is what Viktor Frankl taught us. If we cannot change the world around us, we can change ourselves. And the way to change a corporate structure when you are not the person at the top is to be the leader you wish you had. That we take care of the people to the left of us and to the right of us. We work hard to see that those around us will succeed and grow as individuals and feel that someone has their back. And what you start to see is these little teams become higher performing teams inside the organizations themselves. And when they're higher performing because they're better quality teams, senior management either leaves them alone, or if they're well-intentioned, senior management leans in and says, hey, what are you guys doing? And when those people leave and get promoted or move to other teams, they take everything they've learned about leadership to those other teams and they start building good teams over there. And before you know it, the tail wags the dog. It can be done. I had the pleasure of working with a very, very large organization, over 100,000 people, and we had no access to senior leadership, and we had middle management that wanted to change the course of the culture for good. They believed in the origin story, they believed in the why. Senior leadership had gotten away from it. They'd gone through a split. And this is what started to happen. And within 2 years, which I thought was very quick for an organization that size, senior leadership was giving speeches with the words that these middle managers were using, and none of them had a meeting with senior leadership because it bubbles up. The tail can wag the dog. We don't always have control over the time frames. This is one of the things about law of diffusion, which is 100% it works, but we don't exactly know when the tipping point happens. And in most businesses, because they like to have definitive answers at the end of the year or at the end of the quarter, they don't embrace philosophies like the law of diffusion because they want certainty, they want control. Well, you can have control if you play short term, if you're willing to accept the responsibility for the long-term damage. I've always been more comfortable using goals and annual markers as guidelines. Yes, we drive very hard towards our deadlines. Yes, we drive very hard towards our goals. But the most important thing is that we see that we're improving along the way. And if we miss the goal, as long as we see constant improvement and we're going to hit the goal in another month, we tend to be pretty relaxed about it because we understand law of diffusion and the way that these things work is sometimes the things we achieve are not easily measurable. So if you're willing to be patient and accept that we don't know the exact time frames as to when you can shift the culture, it is a fantastic strategy to follow.
Simon, the Why Warriors book club from Bavaria.
The Why Warriors, W-A-R-R, are they warriors or warriors?
W-A-R-R.
W-A, the Why Warriors book club, where are they?